Hi, my name is Prateek Kumbhare and I'm presenting on the topic Human Robot Collaboration from Chapter 7 of the book Computational Human Robot Interaction. This is actually a literature survey. It is a survey paper written by reviewing a lot of research papers and literature reviews. So this will mainly focus on computational HRI. So let's dive in. So human robot collaboration mainly includes these five topics, and which are namely planning and execution frameworks for collaborative activities, timing and fluency, human aware motion planning, object handover actions, and collaborative manipulation. So, the cognitive and planning frameworks are frameworks which plan actions to coordinate with human collaborators' activities. When we say timing and fluency, timing so fluency is very different in terms of efficiency. In regular terms, we always calculate efficiency, which is measured by task completion time, but fluency for human robot collaboration is very different. It depends on the percentage of concurrent activity, the human's idle time, the robot's functional delay, and the robot's idle time. So fluency basically means that how in sync the robot and the human are. So next comes human aware motion planning. Human aware motion planning should consider human safety, interpretation, perception in addition to the optimization. Then handovers is one of the most studied human robot collaborative tasks, and collaborative manipulation considers the physical interaction as well as the social, intentional, and non-verbal aspects of interaction. Let's move on to the first one. So, planning and execution frameworks for collaborative activities. So, the paper by Hoffman and Breisel from the year 2004 builds on the notions of shared cooperative activities, joint intention theory, and dialogue theory. They identify joint intentions, meshed some plans, mutual belief, common ground, joint closure, and mutual support as foundations of human robot teamwork. So, based on this, they present a hierarchical goal oriented task execution system integrating pragmatic action with human verbal and non verbal communication. Another paper, Shah and others, from 2011 presents a goal oriented task level controller, originally developed for multi robot synchronization. So, the controller works by computing a compact representation of shared plan offline and then modifying the timing and goal state in real time. Let's move on to the next one. So, the paper by Nikolaidis and Shah models cross training, performing the teammate's role instead of the robot's own. So, this is a very different strategy to ones we have seen before. So, in Ben Emmer and others from 2014, joint physical activities are modeled using interaction primitives, extending dynamic movement primitives previously used for single robot learning. First, reference trajectories for the humans and robots DMP are collected from human-human demonstration. Then, dynamic time warping is used to estimate the human's current phase in their DMP. So, all these papers suggest that planning and execution frameworks for human robot collaboration activities are very important. So, frameworks build the basic foundation for in sync behavior and smooth interaction between human and robot. Let's move on to the next one. So the next topic is timing and fluency. As stated earlier, timing and fluency matters a lot in human robot collaboration, and fluency is very different from efficiency. So without HRI, without analyzing HRI, when we consider motion planning or any other subject, uh, it is seen mostly by task completion time. But when the concepts of HRI are applied, so uh, fluency becomes important. Other social aspects become important, because can humans have intention. They will also predict the robot's intention, so this becomes a complicated task. So in the paper by Hoffman and Breisel, they describe an anticipatory action system based on a two-agent Markov decision process. uh, Building on that work, in 2010 they describe a connectionist embodied cognition framework to achieve anticipation and fluency in a continuous human-robot shared task. They find that even when task efficiency was not significantly affected, people's sense of the collaboration was. So this is a very important finding from this paper, which emphasizes the importance of human robot collaboration. So which means that efficiency is not always the thing to be look the thing to look after. Other things, like the people's sense of the collaboration, matter a lot, and hence timing and fluency is a very important aspect. Another paper by Hawkins and others in 2013 offers a graph representation modeling the timing of the human's actions as random variables. Let's move on to the next slide. The effect of music. Keepon is a small non-humanoid robot synchronizing its movements to the dominant beat in the environment, which has been shown to have an effect on children's interactivity. So several such social robots have also come up in recent days, which develop interaction capabilities and are actually like educational robots. So the effect of music is also significant. Hoffman in the paper in 2012 presents an autonomous smartphone based robot capable of generating dynamic choreographies based on songs rhythmic patterns and genre. And this research shows that the robot's synchronized movement with music has effects on people's opinion of the music. So this is also a considerable finding. In areas such as entertainment and recreation too, human robot collaboration has a very large impact. Let's move on. Human aware motion planning. Traditionally, motion planning is usually framed as search or optimization problem. It has no component of social and human robot interaction. So in easy terms, it can be said that uh, the earlier methodology to look for motion planning was not complete, but incorporating the human robot interaction into motion planning makes it more complete. In human robot collaboration, robots generate actions that are viewed by a human partner. As a result, the design of these actions should take into account people's propensity to infer intentions and goals. So intentions is also a very major aspect, because humans have intentions and they'll be predicting what human robots do. So this becomes a very important task. Sysbot and others in 2010 present an integrated motion synthesis framework that is especially designed for a robot that interacts with humans, dealing with perspective taking, human aware manipulation planning, and soft trajectory planning. Let's move on. So Kondo and others in 2013 used gestures obtained by motion capture of 5 people parameterized with different target poses. So parameterization is a very important aspect which enables the robot to understand the people's movement. In Zhu and by Dudek in 2012, a robot's reputation, which is defined as the human's trust in the robot, is modeled and updated based on the amount of overrides observed by a human supervisor. The robot uses a signal to adapt its planned policy via learning. So the robot's reputation will be gauged by the human's trust in the robot. So these social factors become very important. As I've already mentioned before, handover actions is a very common and popular aspect of human robot collaboration. So in by Chow and others in 2013 use a people tracker instrumented field observation to build a model of leaflet handover in public space, looking specifically at the relationship between gaze, arm extension, and approach. So they have combined verbal and non-verbal aspects too. Chan and others analyze the grip forces and load forces in human handovers and characterize the various stages of handovers by grip to load force ratios in giver and receiver. So human teaming is also an important source of learning for human robot collaboration and can help in deciphering how the human robot collaboration can be made better. Yemen and others in 2013 built a motion database collected from human handovers for a data-driven method for motions involved in receiving objects. The database holds the trajectories as a hierarchical search tree. Let's move on. Huber and others also collect data from human handovers across a shared table and find that an axis decoupled minimum jerk trajectory models the handovers better than a regular MJT. So various aspects of the movement such as the minimum jerk trajectory, which allows for smooth operation and smooth collaboration between human and robot, are very important. Huang and others analyze depth sensor data of two people engaging in a handover task. They identify two strategies used by the person initiating the handover when the receiver is not ready to receive the object, waiting and slowing down. They implement this insight in a robot planner that uses these strategies when it detects delay in the human receiver. So this paper looks at uncertain and unpredictable situations. Let's move on. Another very important aspect of human robot collaboration is collaborative manipulation. So Everard and Kheder in 2009 suggest a homotopy mapping between a controller representing a leader to a controller representing a follower for collaborative manipulation. Mortal and others in 2012 examined role allocation in collaborative manipulation by analyzing human robot cooperative carrying of a load. So let's move on. So all these papers have very important findings. Paternal and others suggest a tutoring based method to teach a robot. Medina and others improve on anticipatory control of a robot moving an object jointly. So as we know, collaboration is a major research area and the application areas and deployment context for these systems have been concentrated on a very few canonical problems. So a lot of research has to go on to make these systems better. So most of the collaborative frameworks have not been put to the test in any real world environment. it's also very important to actually implement this in real world environment. Let's move on. So we reached the conclusion of this presentation. So implementing a collaborative planner in a complex realistic setting would be a apt grand challenge for human robot collaboration community. So a lot of research is being going on, and human robot collaboration seems to be a huge area for research in human robot interaction. And that's all. Thank you.